Why do we lie? The more intelligent we are, the more sophisticated our lies. Seems like we use our entire reasoning to justify our own lies to our own selves, without understanding that in the end, these lies would work against us. It doesn't matter how sophisticated your lies are. What matters is you're losing the truth. And losing the truth, you're losing awareness, the real awareness of yourself. You're losing this understanding who you really are. People lie without understanding this, because in the end, you live as a spirit of the lie you make constantly. And also, when you lie other people for certain reasons and then get what you lie for, how do you know that you really need this? How do you know that you really want this? If everything, all the premises of your wants and your desires were based on the lie that you convince yourself and other people. I compare a liar as a suicide bomber. The projectiles, it's like constant lies. First, it hurt themselves with those lies. And after hurting themselves, they hurt people around them, the closest people around them, the intimate people with whom this liar has intimacy, if he or she can't have intimacy. And the best way to stay away from these people who lie, because they will drag you into this pool of foolish notions. I always try to take people for their words sometimes, try to believe, I try to assume good about people. But then I watch, I observe, and I try to make my decision about them. And it's hard because we always, if we like somebody, we always want to diminish, close our eyes on some things, and it's hard to see the truth. But the truth must be seen, otherwise it might be worse. And there's nothing worse than to lie to yourself. And you see how it's spread. It's like a virus. A person who lies, and you try to close your eyes on this person who lies, and then you start lying to yourself by closing your eyes toward the truth about this person. And what you do, you grow these lies within yourself about this person. You're distorting your own reality to adjust to this person's lies, because you like this person for any reasons. Can be just reason of intimacy if she's a woman, or to have a friend, or just because you're lonely. What you do, you're distorting yourself, and then you became a liar by yourself, because you cannot be truthful with the liars around you. If you're friends with a liar, you become a liar yourself. There's expression that you are 5 people around you. And if there are 5 people around you are liars, you become part of this lie. And how you can become a part of this lie, you have to generate the same delusion as they do. That's scary. Think just about for a moment. Let recap it. A person lies, and you know that this person lies, but you like this person. And what you do, you close your eyes on this person's lie, because otherwise it's impossible to communicate with this person or to have any relationship with this person. Then, by closing your eyes, you start developing lie within yourself about this person that, no, maybe I don't see it clearly, or maybe it's not true, or blah, blah, blah. And after this, you have to change, you have to adapt to this person's lies by becoming liar to yourself. And the worst thing is you begin lying to yourself. And that's how your worldview become distorted. And that's how cognitive dissonance is born inside your mind and create such an psychologically unhealthy patterns in your behavior. And then you become how you call this? You become part of these lies, a partner in crimes. That's scary. It's funny to think why I'm talking about this, because we know so little about ourselves. And with these technologies, with this online social media, we know even less because too many people lie online. They post videos about stuff that don't exist, about things that don't exist, about illusions they try to enforce. They're real, like you see these pictures, everybody beautiful, everybody has great relationship with other people. But when you know them, like I see the pictures of certain couples, certain people, and they try to project this thing they're definitely not. And you understand this and you feel such a sadness because it's all just illusion. They try to propagate this illusion upon each other. They keep lying. There's nothing worse, again, than to lie to yourself, because that's how you're losing yourself. These lies corrode your true self, and eventually you become so shallow, so empty, that you just cannot stand upon your ground firmly and defend your beliefs, defend your morals, defend your values. Because how are you supposed to defend your values if you constantly lie? You try to lie your way out of everything. And if you think, like it's the easiest way to solve the problem with lies. If there's a problem, right, you can lie about a solution. You can close your eyes and say it's unsolvable, or you can close your eyes and do something else. But the problem still stays there. The dragon is still there. And if you refuse to face it, refuse to solve it, it's gonna be there, and it's gonna become only stronger with the years go by, and eventually almost undefeatable. And that's why a lot of people, they close their eyes and they keep living with a spouse who lied to them, and they start lying to this spouse, and it's a snowball of lies that keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, in the end to bury them under this snow avalanche that coming out of the mountains of liars. And we have to be very careful with that. Why this subject is incredibly important for me, because now we have artificial intelligence that we keep lying to. We try to create these illusions with AI to amplify our lies. We want AI to think for us. We want AI to write for us. We want AI to create a digital avatar of us that would represent us online that doesn't exist in reality. That's why I like to do my podcast just talking. There's no script, there's nothing, I just talk, I just express myself, I just thinking out loud. And that's what we're missing right now. A lot of people leave the comments and you think like there's no way they wrote this, because they don't speak like this, they don't talk like this. And we're creating this illusion, and then everything loses meaning. Why do I write books? I write books because I love it. I love to express myself this way. I like to understand myself and the world through writing my books. What's the point to prompt AI to write your books? I don't understand. What's the point to prompt AI write articles for you, or write comments for you, or represent you online? It does make no sense, but a lot of more and more people start doing this, and it's horrible because you're losing everything. You just give away all your truthful abilities to exist as a real person in an online world. But that's, I think, comes from lying to yourself. First principle of lying to yourself. And Jordan Peterson said this great quote that I keep repeating to myself: do not practice what you don't want to become. And if you lie every day, you become this lie. And once you become this lie, there's no real you. And if there's no real you, there's nothing. Just a body, just a shell, waiting to die, while AI, digital version of you, propagate some irrelevant information about your used-to-be thoughts online. But there's no pleasure in them because you haven't read a book in years, or you haven't thought your own thought in years. You losing the basic of being a human, your own intelligence, while praising artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is only useful when it's become extension of your own intelligence. But you cannot be fully in charge of your intelligence if you live the lie of lies, because that's what one of the things of being intelligent. You understand where you lie, where you don't lie. Even I know a lot of intelligent people, they're incredibly sophisticated liars, but the problem is they lose themselves in this lie, and they spend years of their life to looking for the way how to justify, how to reason with their lies, and they use artificial intelligence for the same way to reason and to justify their own lies, and therefore they never create something meaningful. But if you're intelligent and if you're incredibly honest with yourself, AI would help you to amplify your voice, amplify your thoughts, to build certain structure, the organization inside your head, almost like a library where you can find really needful information. In other words, don't practice what you don't want to become, and you really don't want to become a lie. Better bitter truth than sweet lies.